Did you know that the first country to grant women the right to vote in a modern age was New Zealand in 1893? The reason why feminism is relatable to all of us is that we live in a society. And what is better than a society where everyone has a social, political, and economic equality? I researched this topic and read a lot of credible sources about it, so today I will persuade you about the beneficial influence being a feminist has on our mental health, economy, legislation, and relationships. Being a feminist is all about giving everyone the power to be strong, ambitious, caring, vulnerable, aggressive, opinionated, based on our personalities and experiences and regardless of our gender. Feminism makes the world a better place. For example, it is actually good for our mental health. A professor of University of Nebraska, Oksana Yukoshko, states that women with feminist and modern values scored considerably higher on the measures of well-being, especially on subscales measuring autonomy, personal growth, and purpose in life than women who held traditional values. Other professors, Saunders and Koshebuk-West, affirmed that feminist identification can be a mode of recovery from low self-esteem and depression. A research showed that feminist perspective plays a huge role in protecting against body image dissatisfaction. Women with higher levels of feminist identity had lower levels of disordered eating despite experiences of sexism. A study investigated the relations between psychological well-being, gender role orientation, and feminist identity development in 244 women, and it actually showed a positive correlation between instrumentality, expressiveness, and feminist identity to psychological well-being. Let's talk about finances. Did you know that earnings by women significantly contributed to the size of economy overall and to the increased incomes of middle-class families? A study shows that massive macroeconomic gains happened after the World War II because of women's integrations into workforce. It had huge positive ripple effects in all industries. Actually, incorporating even more women in the workforce will keep our economy vibrant. Also, law specialist Lithwick states that men discriminating laws were overturned with the help of feminism. In a case of 1976, filed by a plaintiff in Oklahoma over its gender-specific drinking age policy, states that women were allowed to drink from the age of 18 and men were prohibited to drink until the age of 21 because they are inherently reckless and the women are naturally more responsible. So after this law was struck down, the age of drinking was 21 for all. What about more personal spheres of our lives? Well, feminism is actually good for our romantic relationships. According to Redman and Phelan, having a feminist partner leads to a healthier relationships for both men and women. Findings reveal that a belief of incompatibility of feminism and romance are inaccurate and there is no support for negative feminist stereotypes. According to Paris, feminist women have better relationships in terms of equality, quality, and stability. Actually, they are more likely to be in romantic relationships than women with other ideologies. As you can see, there are plenty of advantages for us. To conclude, I want to say that feminist identity and action has a beneficial impact on our individual and community well-being. It gave the economy a huge long-lasting boost. Moreover, feminist thinking is linked to better relationships with your partner. It is important to understand that feminism recognizes that women are less privileged in a modern world and not that women deserve more rights than men because they are superior to them. Malala Yousafzai once said, "We can't all succeed when half of us are held back. So, thank you for your attention.